This is going to be a hot take. I think Trump is good for America. And the reason why I say so.
You keep overlooking life, but that's the biggest blessing. Just engage with who you are and throw the biggest wedding. Just think of this as food for thought. You feel I'm overstepping. I got a good degree in knowledge if it's ever question. I'd rather see you shining than the
Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Chasing OK Life's Marathon, a podcast about anything and everything presented by LiveOK. LiveOK is centered around promoting mental health awareness. Visit Shop LiveOK, that's ShopLiveOK.com, where the proceeds go towards making a difference. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Chasing OK Life's Marathon. This is episode 35, and we got a short one. I know I say sometimes it's going to be short, sometimes it's going to be long, but this one is going to be short, and I am putting it out a little bit past my deadline, as in probably not going to be Tuesday. It's going to probably come out Wednesday afternoon. Not going to be a new day. It's just like I said last week, the 2-week thing is just catching up on me. I told myself maybe I wouldn't post one this week and then just, move it to next week, but I'm gonna stay consistent because consistency is key. I don't have that much to talk about today, but I do have some things to talk about. So let's get started with the intro. We are still at 80 subs, so make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, tell y'all friends. That's the share part. Tell y'all friends to sub up. Say that you found a great pod that talks about a little bit of everything, that's here for a good cause, spreading mental health awareness and all that jazz. So keep like, sharing, subscribing, and keep following along. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. There is no guest today. Like I said again, the 2 weeks just sneaks up on you. I will try to have a guest on next episode. Fingers crossed. I don't know who it's going to be. I still have a couple travel pods that I got to do, but TSA shut down, and I don't feel like waiting in line or being stuck at the airport. And the way I fly, there's always going to be a layover somewhere. So until TSA stops being shut down and the government does government things, I'll be doing at-home pods or staying in the DFW area. Like I said, we have a short episode. We're going to go through our sports. We're going to go through our current event. We have a dual topic, but they're going to be short, just touching base on it. And then we'll close out like we always do. Also, just a life update for anybody that's curious or wondering. Gas prices have soared, and I've noticed it, but not as much as everybody else that's paying like $60-$80 to fill up. I drive a motorcycle, and it used to only take me like $8-9. Now it takes me like $12. So I need them gas prices to go down because I'm tired of paying $12. I want to pay under $10. Like, that's why the main reason why you bought the bike, to pay less money. And because it's fun and I'm young and I don't have no kids to worry about me, or no wife or anything like that to worry about my safety besides my mother and my close relatives. But it is what it is. I'm on my bike. I updated my exhaust today. Whenever you order anything off of eBay or AliExpress, such as mechanical parts like an exhaust, maybe make sure y'all read the description, because it clearly said instructions not included, strongly recommend professional installation. I installed it. It took like 5-6 hours, over the course of 2 days, but I got it in and it sounds great. So unless you're handy and have some common sense or some mechanical sense, and you go to YouTube University, then you'll be fine. But I opened the box and I was a little nervous, but then I realized that I'm him, and I put that bit together, and now I got a nice sounding exhaust. The stock exhaust that came on that bike, that thing heavy, it was bulky, and it made my bike sound electric, and that's why I mainly wanted to switch it out, because I didn't want to sound like I was driving an electric bike. But yeah, it is what it is. So I'm excited for that. That's a life update, and we shall get into the pod. Like I said, it's gonna be a short one, so let's see how fast I get through it. All right, so let's get into the sports. Everybody's been talking about the USA flag team versus the NFL players. Some retired, some streamers, some boxers, and WWE athletes. So just overall athletes, some professional athletes versus the USA flag team, and obviously USA flag team won. I mean, the skill of the professional players is there, obviously, but I think it's just two different sports. Yes, it's the same concept. It's the same football to an extent because some of them are different. Um, but it's a different it's a completely different sport. It's a learning curve um, that coming from tackle, your skill set from tackle to flag is just completely different. And I know there's the trolls on the internet and social media that say it's not a real sport or flag is easy. It's not as easy as it looks. I mean, yes, kids play it. Yes, I'm not trying to be sexist, but yes, ladies play it. I play it. I've been playing with the same ladies for the past 4 to 5 years in co-ed. Uh, there's some ballers out there. There's some ladies that I've been playing with that's better than some of these guys I've been playing with. Um, so it's just a completely different sport. I grew up playing tackle football, loved it, and when I made the transition into flag, it like I said, it's a learning curve, um, but it's it takes a little bit to pick up on. But the pros that in that game, they only had like what, a week, 2 weeks to prepare for that game. I think if they had more time to prepare, uh, it would have been a closer score. But it's just nuances to flag that's different, like the constant lateraling, um, having multiple quarterbacks. Uh, Everybody on the field is a receiver, even the quarterback. Everybody's a skill position, and then you're getting rushed with no blockers. Um, so it's a completely different sport that I don't think should be compared to should yeah, they shouldn't be compared to each other, saying that none of the professionals should have won or could have won if this and that happened. Um, I mean, there's always going to be some what ifs and a bunch of troll talk, but yeah, like I said, it's a completely different sport. I do believe that there are some NFL players that would thrive in the flag community, especially the receivers. I think it would be harder for running backs unless you play like contact flag, because then you can stiff arm, I believe. Uh, but yeah, it's just a completely different sport. And then you got fours, which is like just straight passing, one on ones, people getting routed up. And then there's a time limit to throw. Um, and this is in all or most flag formats. Then you got fives, so you can do fives men's, you can do fives women's, or you can do fives co-ed. Still all very fast. It slows down with sevens. I mean, a lot of NFL players, a lot of tackle football players have played 7-on-7, and I think would still continue to play 7-on-7 during practice and things of that nature. But you got 7-on-7s, and then you got eights, which is a more laid back style of flag. It's a little bit slower, uh, but it's I think people who want to get into flag should start with eights and then work their way down to fives and fours. If you just jump into fives and fours, more power to you, because it's so fast. Like I'm a fast person. I'm quick, uh, but like the game speed is just it's just crazy. You gotta experience it. So for those that know, understand, and for those that don't know, I mean, just get out there and try and see how good you think you are. And if you are good, I hope you enjoy the sport and continue to play. But yeah, flag is different than tackle, and even 8-man tackle is different than 11-man tackle. Like everything has its nuances, everything has its skill sets. But yeah, just comparing the two, is apples to oranges. Uh, even though they're both fruits. But moving on, Tiger Woods got in another. I think he got in a wreck, another DUI incident. At what point do you just be like, you know what? I'm a multimillionaire. I don't know if he's married again. I'm just gonna say I have a wife and kids that worry about me. Maybe I should just get a driver. Maybe I should just have a chauffeur, take me from A to B. And you don't even gotta have the chauffeur 24/7. You can have him after 5, unless you day drinking too much. Then maybe you need to have him 24/7. But after 5, you want to drink, you want to go out, you want to have a night golf and drink with your friends. Then you have your driver come pick you up. And even if you don't want to have a driver, you can Uber. I know you're a high profile celebrity, but I'm pretty sure there's like a car service for high profile celebrities. Do that instead of risking your life and those you love from getting behind the wheel after being intoxicated. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Just get a driver. March Madness is still occurring. We will talk about the winner next episode, because Final Four is happening next week or the end of this week, and the championship will happen 2 days after that, from April 4th and 6th. I'm not gonna call who I got in the championship or who I'm calling winning the Final Four. I wasn't that in tuned to this year's March Madness. I didn't hear a lot about any Cinderella stories, and after pulling up the bracket, the only team that I saw that was like the lowest seed that got the highest was Texas at 11. Yeah. So I ain't no Cinderella stories. I know every time I go on social media, I know there's a bunch of bracket busters, and only one out of 16 billion brackets. I think it's like 16 million, but 16 million brackets are still left standing. Something like that. But yeah. Has anybody ever correctly predicted all of the March Madness from start to finish? If you did, if they did and they bet on it, though, that's some money right there. But for those that don't watch or don't know, UConn versus Illinois in the Final Four, and Arizona versus Michigan on the other side. So we'll see who gets in. It's 2 1s versus each other and 2 and 3 versus each other. Which number one? Florida went down. That we were number 1, and Duke just went down. That was a big story. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. And Duke just went down. So hey, that's why they call it March Madness. Things happen. But speaking on March Madness and college basketball, I understand. People want to chase a bag. People want to make their money. But I saw a post of Duke having a bunch of number 1 overall picks, and none of them number 1s have won a NCAA championship. I feel like, well, and I think all of them were all one and dones. Like, they just go to school for that 1 year. They go to they go as far as they can in the March Madness, and then they get drafted. Maybe y'all should spend a second year there to get that championship. Maybe y'all should start chasing championship. When did we stop chasing accolades? And I know y'all get in the NILs, and now I assume, and most likely the NBA contract is going to be a lot higher, but I know y'all got NILs, so I know y'all not struggling for money. But I don't know. Maybe y'all should start chasing accolades. I'm a number 1 overall pick and an NCAA champion. That sounds better than just I'm a number 1 overall pick. And a lot of number 1 overall picks aren't number 1 overall pick talent. Or pan out. Because obviously y'all are talented enough to be the number 1 overall pick. But y'all don't pan out to be superstars. Just regular stars. But that's okay. Hey, you still got more money than me and everybody I know. But yeah, and excuse me. And NFL draft is also coming within the next 2 weeks or next 3 weeks. I think at the end of the month. So we'll touch on the NFL draft next episode, and maybe I'll do like a prediction on who's gonna go where. Don't know, not 100% sure. Don't hold me to it. But that's everything going on in sports that I'm aware of, and we'll talk about. So moving on, let's get to our current events. Alright, so our current event, the enlistment age has increased from, I think it was 34 to 42. So all those people that voted for the Orange Man, that willing to die for him and all that other stuff, hey, y'all chances just got increased. For all those people that was like, man, I should have joined, but now I'm too old. Hey, you probably in this age range now. So if y'all want to strap up your boots and get on and fight this pointless war that we're in, or military excursion that we're in, then more power to you. Go get you some action. Go fight for the country you love. Not saying I don't love the country. I'm talking about the people that, and I fought for my country. So for all that noise, I already served my years. I did what I needed to do. So now y'all got a chance to do what y'all need to do because the age limit is 42. Bars. This is gonna be a hot take. I think Trump is good for America, and the reason why I say so is because he highlights all the stupidity, all what's wrong with the world and America. He brings out all the negativity, all of it. He just exposes everything. Well, his presence exposes, not him himself, because he had to be a little bit smart to be able to expose it. But his presence, since he's been in office both terms, has opened the floodgates to all that's wrong with the United States and some of the world. But we're just going to focus on the U.S. And the reason why I think that's good for America is for those that actually care and want to make differences, or even those that are just like comfortable in their own little bubble. You get to see the world that we actually live in. You get to see the truth behind everybody's lies. You get to see what people actually feel, and it's not primarily on who they voted for. Because even though, your vote for the Orange Man kind of, makes some people look at you differently. But, hey, I think it's just exposing a lot. And I'm not 100% sure on what the, I don't know if it was, I don't think it was Megan Thee Stallion. It wasn't. I don't know. I forgot which female it was. But Nick Cannon and a female celebrity went on a car ride and was just talking some nonsense. Not all skin folk is kinfolk. And not everybody, just because you're in a position of notoriety, fame, celebrity, some type of status, don't mean you're the smartest person in the world. Don't mean you have common sense or knowledge, or even not even just common sense. Doesn't mean you got sense. And I'm not saying I'm the smartest person in the world, and I'm not saying I'm in tune with everything that's going on. But before I say something stupid, I think about it, and then I don't say it. Or if I have a thought, I research it, and I either confirm my thought, or I be like, you know what, I was wrong. And that's a lot of times that's why I don't argue with people, because I don't know if I'm right. Like sometimes I can have a conversation with somebody and they start talking about something political or just a subject that I'm not 100% aware of, or I don't have a good retort to that conversation, then I just I take their opinion, and and then I fact check it. And I could be in my head, be like, yeah, that don't make sense, or that just doesn't seem right. And then I'll go home, or I'll go on my phone and I look it up and I'll be like, well, yeah, what you just said didn't make sense when you were telling me, and now that this research has proved it doesn't make sense. I had a conversation with a friend not too long ago about what they wanted to happen in the government, and I was just listening and I was like, okay. I didn't follow along. I listened to the conversation where his point of views, and then I looked it up and I was like, yeah, I think what you're kind of talking about is a little borderline with the criminal activity, or not fully grounded in fact or evidence. But I'm gonna let you believe what you want to believe. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not here to change your mind. Your thoughts is your thoughts, and I'll let you live your life. But yeah, people, do y'all research. What was I talking about? Oh, Trump being good for America. Yeah, do your research. Y'all just got if y'all turn on the news, if y'all look at any type of news outlet aside from one side leaning news, then y'all you may learn something. You may see true colors of something, or even if you look at both sides of the story, you can see how one side twists from the other side. Hear it from the horse's mouth, then you hear it from the storyteller, and then you hear it from another storyteller, and you're like, well, the horse didn't even say all that. Or one storyteller just embellished like crazy, and the other story was, somewhat on point. And so, I feel like I'm rambling. But yeah, do your research. Understand all the negativity that Orange Man has brought to the world, to the U.S. And when the next group next person comes in, don't forget everything that the Orange Man showed you. I mean, hopefully there will be a change in the world eventually, but it's not gonna happen in the 2.5 years we got left of the Orange Man. And it's not gonna happen in November, when hopefully voters turn out and change the administration for hopefully the better. But people will still be people, and it's not all hate. A lot of it's just ignorance. But yeah, do your research, learn some stuff, try to be the change you want to see. Because that's life, and that's developing. Kind of staying on the Orange Man train. No Kings protests happened this past weekend, I believe. Yeah, this past weekend. I didn't see any posts. I mean, nothing happened to my knowledge in the DFW area. Excuse me. But I didn't see any post that was like, hey, we're protesting this day at this location. Are they hiding like the post from me? What if I wanted to go? I'm not big on mass gatherings, but what if I wanted to go? Like, I haven't seen. Maybe I'm not following the right people, or maybe I'm not. Maybe my algorithm is not leading me to that. My algorithm just telling me that it happened, or it's currently happening. But yeah, like, I want to be notified. How do I get notified? Is me saying it right now? Is my phone listening to me to notify me? Because they always listening. You could be talking about Doritos, and then next thing you know, you get on the internet and there's 2 ads for Doritos. But yeah, so yeah, that's the question I want to ask. How y'all know about these protests? What am I missing? Let me know. Okay, and I'm still on the current event, but what I'm about to talk about is not necessarily a current event. Happened a month ago, I believe. or maybe a few months ago. But every time I stopped the pod, I was like, dang, I wanted to talk about that. So I want to talk about gun control, and not like an in-depth conversation about gun control. This particular story, there was a dad that got in an argument with his daughter over the Orange Man. Obviously, it was a disagreement. His daughter, I don't know the full story, but his daughter was on one side, her dad was on the other, and according to the news article, they were in disagreement, and I think it was the same day the dad was showing his daughter his new gun, and the gun went off and shot her. I'm not 100% sure if she survived. I gotta look that up. I forgot to see if she survived or not. But I'm not 100% sure if she survived. But guns just don't. I mean, and if it's a new gun, and correct me if I'm wrong, but guns just don't go off. And guns definitely just don't go off after you had a heated argument with somebody. Apparently, he was trying to show it to her and it went off. No, I just showed my friends 2 of my guns. In military, or if any gun class should teach you, treat, never, keep. Treat every weapon as if it is loaded. Never aim at anybody that you don't intend to shoot at. Keep your finger along, or keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. And treat, never, keep your finger along. Keep your finger off. I forgot what the other keep is. But that one thing, one is like keep your finger along the shaft or something like that until you're ready to shoot, and keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. And treat every weapon, treat, never, keep. Yeah, treat every weapon as if it's loaded. So, those who know the actual verbiage, you can comment it below. But in hindsight, it's treat every weapon as if it can go off. So, like I said, I was just showing my friends my 2 guns, and what did I do? I double checked the chamber, empty. Took the magazine out, empty. Triple checked the chamber, empty. Safety on, off, whatever. Locked it back, empty again. Magazine in my head. Here, turn it, hand it over. That's how you show a weapon to somebody. I did that to both of them. I was like, all right, empty. There you go. And even the people I handed over to had some knowledge of gun safety, and they double checked too, make sure that thing was empty, because you don't want to accidentally shoot somebody. But if you're not pulling the trigger, 5 pounds of pressure, if you're not pulling the trigger, the gun shouldn't go off. And the dude that shot his daughter didn't get any jail time, or was found not guilty, or wasn't liable, or whatever. Got to go home in his bed and whatever after having a heated dispute or heated conversation with his daughter. That's nonsense to me. I don't care who you are, and yes, they were not my shade. I don't care who you are or what's going on. If you have a heated conversation with somebody and then a gun accidentally goes off, there is something fishy there, and the detectives, investigators are not doing their job. And I don't know who this man paid off, and I don't know what was in his mind to accidentally shoot his daughter. But it is what it is. That's the current event, not so current event that I wanted to talk about. So moving on, closing out, because we are getting a little bit longer than I wanted to, and I got places to be, so I keep moving. All right, so more of a thought-provoking topic. So for those that aren't aware or are aware of the Truman Show, starring Jim Carrey, Jim Carrey played a guy, Truman, whose birth to a realization that he was being, filmed, was being filmed 24/7, 365 throughout his entire life. Everything's being documented. So you just turn on TV and there's Truman growing up. You're just watching somebody's life. And the reason why I bring up the Truman Show, because that's what I feel like streamers are nowadays. I know there's multiple different types of streamers. I know there's desktop streamers, IRL streamers, gaming streamers. But this is primarily based around the IRL streamers. And I'm not saying I don't watch. Sometimes what they do is entertaining, and make your money. Some of y'all make a lot more money than what y'all need to be making, which is crazy. Some of y'all need some educations, but that's a story from that time, because a lot of these streamers is dumb, are dumb. But yeah. Aside from that, y'all document y'all whole life. I know a lot of it's staged. I know a lot of it's or staged and scripted are in the same thing, but a lot of it's planned. Like, hey, we're gonna do this, and this, and it's like it's like a reality show, but more real, if that makes sense. And it's and when I like the main thing I'm trying to get to is like, why are people so enamored by other people's lives? And I feel like I talked about this before, but like, you can get to where they are. I mean, not you don't got to do the same thing they do. There's other avenues to get there, and maybe it's just an escape. Maybe it's living vicariously through other people. The reason why I watch is because I need some background music or background noise while I do work or play the game, and sometimes I don't feel like listening to music, and I just want to hear people talking, or playing a game that I might want to play. So I watch, or it's a good it's a good community sometimes, and it's just funny. So I just turn it on. Maybe I get a laugh, and yeah. So I mean, there's much. I mean, I kind of gave a bunch of reasons for people to watch, but that's mainly the game. I like watching the gamers because I don't really care about your IRL lives. I mean, I don't care if you're going to Walmart or Target or to the zoo. I can go to the zoo. Y'all can go to the zoo. Y'all don't gotta. I mean, you might. I mean, I don't know if you're scared, but they in cages. Like, you can go to the zoo. You can go to the aquarium. Maybe you can't go to. Maybe you live in Maryland and you want to see the San Diego Zoo. I mean, you could fly and experience it yourself. But I don't know. I feel like I'm yapping. But yeah. Stop living vicariously through other people. Or get out, touch grass. Stop. All right, that's what I want. Stop believing the false reality of people, because y'all they like the Truman Show showed you 24/7, 365, and he was unaware. These people are aware that they're being watched, and they're showing you their lives. Sometimes it's not their complete lives. I think wholeheartedly that people should keep their personal. But don't look up to these people. I mean, some people are nice, but you don't know them. You don't know them for sure. You don't know them for certain, and you don't know what their life is like when the camera's off. So yeah, that's just it's just a thought provoking. Like, people nowadays are creating their own Truman Show, and even in the Truman Show, it was a false reality. Like, everything that he believed, everything that he encountered wasn't real. So yeah, just branch out, try to be better in life. I'm not saying y'all suck. For those 12 people watching, I don't know. I got to 20 last time. Well, no, I got 11. I watched my viewers. So for those few watching, and if there's more, live y'all lives. Keep doing y'all. Lastly, I want to talk about the J. Cole album one more time, real briefly. Listening to The Fall Off, I've always been a J. Cole fan. It's probably is my favorite rapper. Always been a J. Cole fan. And hearing a lot of his new interviews is like bringing more light to his life. But the album is great. And I listen, there's a few songs I listen to constantly. But like, the first listen, okay, it's good. The second listen, oh, this is really good. The third, fourth, you starting to actually understand what's going on. And I think every song off the album is dedicated to a popular song or era in the hip hop community. Excuse me. As he grew up, as I grew up, paying homage, whatever the word is, to those that came before him, and putting his own twist or spin on songs and their impact for to him. So if y'all like J. Cole, I suggest, or if you just like hip hop or rap in general, I suggest you listen to the album multiple times. It is like an hour and a half or something like that, but you can listen to it multiple times over, the course of a long period of time. But that album is really, really good. If it is his last album, which I hope it's not, it's a really good album to go out on. Like Frank Ocean went out on a really good album. Lauryn Hill went out on a really good album. So sometimes you make some greatness and it's hard to top. And I think the fall off is some greatness that might be hard to top. So maybe we get something in I don't even know when the last album before the fall off came out in years, but so maybe by the time I'm 40, hopefully not, but maybe by the time I'm 40, we'll get another J. Cole. I feel like their comeback was already one, but maybe we'll get like the comeback or something like that, or the re-rise or something crazy. But yeah, so I'll leave y'all with that. I hope y'all do great things in life. I hope y'all listen to the J. Cole album and enjoy it as much as he intended it to be enjoyed and as much as I enjoyed it. As for motivation, not everyone will like or agree with you. That's okay. There is meant to be protagonists. No, there's meant to be antagonists to your protagonists. Shoot, there's meant to be protagonists to your antagonists. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't agree with you. You can do everything right in life, and somebody will hate you for it. You can do everything wrong in life, and somebody will love you for it. So no, just keep taking your life one step at a time. Keep doing things at your own pace, and don't worry about what other people think. That's it. That's all. I'll see y'all next time, hopefully with a guest. And maybe I won't give y'all a 35-minute episode. Maybe I'll give y'all an hour and a half, 2-hour episode next time. But that's all I want to talk about. I'll give it y'all next week. Not next week. I'll give it y'all in 2 weeks. And hopefully, them subscribers get up. Do everything it says below. Like, share, subscribe. Keep doing what y'all doing. Keep supporting me as I support y'all as we try to, do great things in this world. But yeah, that's it. That's all. I'll see y'all. Love. Thanks for listening to the Ramblings of a Madman. If you want to come on and have a conversation, feel free to message me at the email in the bio. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Life is about choices. It would be great if you choose to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and be great. Ain't perfect, but ain't no complaining. I know my shit is different. I just can't explain it. Food for thought.